Sometimes life gives you a do-over, a second chance, or as golfers call it, a mulligan. This was one of those times. You see, in 2022, after the marriage of our daughter in Colorado, Pam and I headed for Utah to do 3 of the Mighty 5 national parks: Arches, Bryce Canyon, and Zion. We had a blast in Arches, and you can see that video here. On the way to Bryce Canyon, we were watching Hurricane Ian bear down on Southwest Florida, where we owned a condo at the time. The night we arrived in Bryce, Ian made an easterly turn and the next morning slammed into Fort Myers Beach, just miles from our condo. Knowing we had damage, we started our 2,400-mile trek back to Bonita Springs to assess the damage and start the rebuild process, missing out on Bryce and Zion. We always knew we wanted to come back to the area. Well, fast forward to 2025, and while on our early year West Coast swing, we did go back to this amazing area. While we did not get back to Bryce because of the weather, we did explore Zion and did 2, just short of 3, epic hikes in Zion. West Rim to Scouts Lookout, which is the gateway to Angel's Landing, and the Narrows. We stayed in Apple Valley, Utah at Range RV and met up again with our good friends Joe and Dawn for some fun in Zion. This video is part 1 of 2 parts. So if you're new here, we are Ken, Pam, and Meka, and we are the RoadSMITHS.
Okay, we just arrived at this car wash. I say car wash, it's a car wash, but they also have an RV wash in Mesquite, Arizona. It's actually really nice. Check out Jen. He's washing the truck first.
It's like a race against time. The clock is ticking and the money's clicking.
So it's been washed once, but this is the first time for us to actually take it through an RV truck wash, self-wash RV truck wash. So money well spent for sure. Anyone that's traveled from, say, Las Vegas or Mesquite, Nevada to Utah knows about this Virgin River Gorge that we're about to pass through. And it is so incredible.
It's kind of windy today. The wind is behind us, which is probably a good thing, but it's like a big tunnel because you get in there and you got, mountains on either side of you. So we will see how this goes. And we're just going to take it slow, follow the trucks, stay in your lane. After a fun, cool night around the campfire, in the morning we headed out from Range RV to Zion. Today's agenda: check out the Narrows, hike to Scouts Lookout, and reaffirm exactly why we did not want to do Angel's Landing. While Pam and I returned to do the Narrows a few days later, you can see that in part 2 of this series. So if you get here between the months of, at the end of March through November, then you do have to take the shuttle to the scenic routes, and then most of the great hikes. Did the drive yesterday, and we were able to do that without getting on the buses, and you can do that's the Route 9. And so this is the scenic tour. But we're not doing the tour. This is going to take you up to the grotto, to Angel's Landing, to Walter's Wiggles, the Narrows, most of the great hikes here in Zion. So we are taking this riverside walk to the beginning of the Narrows hike, but we're not going to do the Narrows hike. You can see we are not dressed for the Narrows hike as other people are, but it'll be curious just to kind of see what the entrance of that looks like. Somebody just came back and said they had done the hike and it was just up to their stomach, and she wasn't that tall, so it appears like the water's pretty much down, even in April.
Obviously, this is the start of where you walk in the Narrows, in the water, which we're not doing today, but I need some photos.
So in every group, there's always a daredevil. And this is actually the trail. The Western Trail will take you to the Walters Wiggles, which will take you to Angel's Landing. And one of us is really wanting to do Angel's Landing. Her wants to do Angel's Landing right there.
No.
Right? She said
no.
She said if she doesn't do Angel's Landing, she's going to stay down here and hold her breath. So we are at the base, and now you can't see people up there. We see them. They look like ants. We're going to try and get up to the Wiggles, because Weebles wobble and they fall down. I don't know. No, it's not. Cut that. This is what you call almost Angel's Landing. So something to note is that once you finish all the switchbacks, we're not sure if there's more coming, you kind of turn back into the crevice of the mountain, and it flattens out a lot. So it gives you a chance to rest your heart, get a drink of water, contemplate if you're going to turn around again, or just keep going. And we're going to keep going. And once you get rested, they hit you with incline again. The hike to Scouts Lookout in Angel's Landing is very intense. Scouts Lookout is 3.5 miles with an elevation gain of over 1,100 feet. And this is where the tour ends. So that behind me is the infamous Angel's Landing. This in front of you is a person not going on Angel's Landing. That's why we're calling this almost Angel's Landing. Continuing on to Angel's Landing adds another half mile and another 800 feet of elevation gain. We've heard that the view from there is amazing, as it is from Scouts Lookout. However, Angel's Landing is one of the most dangerous hikes in the world. So while I'm sure the view is just amazing from the summit, well, so is the view from heaven. We're just not in a rush to get there.
I didn't know I was waking up to a snowstorm this morning. This is crazy. It's supposed to be 85 next week. Even though I don't like cold weather, I have to admit this is pretty cool.
Well, good morning from not so sunny Utah, and suddenly we're back to winter again. What happened?
Hence my well, I just had to go outside, but hence my Uggs, because it's kind of cold.
I don't know why they call them Uggs, because they're actually good-looking boots.
Well, one might argue that.
Well,
Okay.
she's got them covered up. But, you know, the thing about RV life is that you never get out of, play or your chops for fixing things. So this morning we noticed she pulled a drawer out. She's going to make breakfast. And what was not on the menu?
Water was not on the menu. Well, I opened the drawer, and this is where I keep my pots and pans, and I use a paper towel inside. Oh, don't get too close. It's too early this morning. Actually, it's not. It's like 11:15. Anyway, I keep a paper towel inside this pan because it has a non-stick finish, and I don't want to mess up the finish with the other one sitting in it. And I pulled it out, and there's water all in the drawer. See? I don't know. Can you see it? It's a good thing that I lined the drawers with... Oh my gosh, look at this. It's a good thing I lined the drawers...
With liner?
Yeah, with this with this liner, or the drawer would have been all wet.
Well, let's hope it didn't ruin the drawer. So it's going to check it out. You know, it looks like, I don't know for sure at this point, but the P-trap is right there. So sometimes these P-traps just get loosened up. So let me get in there and do my doctor diagnosis.
Water is no bueno. So I can see now that I've pulled, oh, it's a pretty steady drip, actually.
Is it out of the P-trap, or?
It's out of this, it's out of this joint right here.
All right, that's the P-trap. Okay, well, that's good. That's good to know. All right.
Here, let me put the towel in there.
Here, let me get this. I have a paper towel here. Yeah, it's the P-trap, so that's good to know. Yeah, P-trap's totally loose.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That means it's nasty water.
It's P-trap water, but it just started, so it's probably from our last.
Do you just have to periodically make sure that that's tight?
At home you don't need to do it as well. You need to clean them occasionally. I mean, that's what I do.
But it's just the movement.
It's the movement.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Thank goodness, I guess we found it when we did.
Yeah. That's why you should always have pancakes and bacon on Sunday to check to see if water's in your drawers.
By the way, you forgot to put your hat on.
I couldn't reach in here. All right, let's just kind of see if that's dripping anymore. Give it a few minutes.
Oh, I'm hungry. I need to make pancakes while we wait. Okay. I have to make pancakes while we wait. So, let's do this.
Sorry, I couldn't wait.
I think it's been dripping a while because it's soaked through this plastic.
Yeah, but it probably just started from the last trip when we got here a couple days ago. So Pam's doing the smell check on it, and now she'll do the Petri dish check to see what happens with that. But
there has to be a smell check.
Simple fix. I've seen that before on our Alliance, and you know, just an FYI for those of you maybe new, just like your home, you need to take those P-traps apart and clean them occasionally, and whatever the timeline is that makes sense for you. I would do ours at our house probably at least once a year. Sometimes depends, especially the ones in the vanity where I shaved and shaving cream and all that kind of nastiness got there. But anyway, let me just show you this view.
And
not too bad, but it's a cloudy day.
And it's not just in that direction. We're actually surrounded by these amazing, beautiful mountains.
We're surrounded by a lake, if we didn't get to that lake earlier. So we're starting to think maybe we should change our channel to a hiking channel, because it seems to be, it's all we know how to do. Well, we know how to do other stuff, but it's free and it's awesome, because we're at Wire Mesa Trailhead with Joe and Don again. And you can see back there, that's Zion Mountain, and the Zion Valley is right behind that. This is the Smithsonian Butte behind us over here, and we can see that from the campground where we're at Range RV. But yeah, just coming back here is really, really cool. So we're going to do this Wire Mesa hike. It's a 7-mile hike, and so I don't think we're going to do the whole thing, but we're going to do as much as we feel comfortable with. That's one of those things that all you can say is wow, and try and stay on the trail as well. Not be a good place to lose your footing. Do it again. You didn't fall the first time. You could do it again.
You don't weigh that much. Maybe for me it would.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know about this.
That's my daredevil wife there.
Thinking about
Watch this. Either this video is going to go nowhere, or one misstep and it's going viral.
Thinking about the rock moving, it changed everything.
See, I think Pam has lost her nerve, because when we did the Grand Canyon, she climbed to the edge of the cliff. And
So, can I tell you what the difference is?
well, it's about 5,000 feet to the
No.
bottom.
For me, the difference is I have on my hiking boots, and I'm a little,
Wonky.
I can trip easily with my
Yeah, that's true.
hiking.
Yeah, but at least you won't stub your toe.
But if you need footage, I'll climb out there.
No.
No.
I don't think it's worth it. We don't have that many subscribers.
Joe was leading the pack here, and look at this amazing spot. That makes the desert all worthwhile right there.
So that is crazy. How did that tree, I mean, there's no telling how old that tree must be to be situated like that, because it must have grown when it was sand before it hardened. I mean, I'm not a geologist, obviously. I'm not supposed to be a geologist. But this is fascinating right here. Check this out.
What is that?
It's a prehistoric tube.
Wow.
It's a tree that it was growing out of this, but how does it grow out of the rock?
So it's a petrified tree.
It's a petrified tree, we think.
Petrified tree here, Donnie.
Yeah, bet you are too close to the end.
Uh-oh.
How to rescue Pam
This
there.
is a petrified tree.
She almost lost it. We're thinking it's a petrified tree.
Yeah.
Wow.
What, to feed the tree stumps?
Compare big me. Oh, that's interesting. All this fungus.
I think it's a petrified stump there.
There's just more and more petrified stuff going on.
Yeah, you can see it.
What's going on with this camera? I'm seeing it like jiggle. It's jiggling. It's doing stuff. It's not right.
Wow.
GoPro, you suck, and you know it. Thanks for watching, and be on the lookout for part 2 when Pam and I hiked the Narrows. Let's just say maybe one or both of us actually fell in. If you haven't subscribed already, well, what are you waiting for? We hope you join our journey, and thanks again.